Hi, my name is Adam Conway. I'm one of the founders of the Donkey Car Project, and I wanted to go through the supported cars that we have in the 1/16 scale. We actually have 1/10 scale as well. They're usually harder to put together, perform a little better, there are supported designs. But in general, we recommend people start with the 1/16 scale. We support 4 major cars. The classic one is the Magnet, and we're not going to be spending much time on that today because it's well documented. There is the Desert Monster, there's the Blaze, and the Short Course Truck. These three are very similar to the Magnet, but don't have some of the same mounts, so you have to use some adapters to make them work. Same motors, same everything. Each of these has benefits and disadvantages. For example, the Magnet has kind of stronger shocks, which means it carries better weight, but also the wheels are too wide. The best wheels are on the Short Course Truck and the Desert Monster, and then actually the one I like the most is the Blaze, just because it has a really narrow track, and it's got kind of no big bumpers in the front and back, which I think gives it a nice clean design. But overall, they perform the same. They have the same ride height and all that kind of stuff, but these three require an adapter. So when you assemble it, you actually remove kind of the factory adapters and pieces, and you put on these custom adapters, which go on the front and the back, which then allow you to use the standard chassis from the Magnet. If you buy from the Donkey Car store, you get a little kit that has the 2 adapters, which are labeled front and back, and 2 little body pins. So that's a quick overview. We're not going to dive into the details of each car, and we'll go from there. All right, to start out with the Short Course Truck, it's pretty easy to get started with. You really have to remove 2 screws from here in the rear. You have to remove 2 body pins, and that brings off the top. You then have this, once it's in this, at this point, it's just like the Desert Monster. You have to remove 2 screws here on the either side over here, and you have to unclip this little back, and this whole thing will come off. What you're left with, just so you know, is a chassis that looks something like this. This is the Desert Monster. The Desert Monster, in order to make it work, you have to add these 2 adapters. So you take off the existing clips, you use the exact same screws, you don't get new screws, and then you attach these adapters. And then these adapters, you can just mount the standard Donkey Car plate on it, like this. Just stick it on these 4 adapters, and you're ready to go. And this is just the standard Donkey Car plate. The Blaze is a little different, so it's worth mentioning. It's actually the same chassis, but it has some different features. Like I said, it has the bumper that I prefer. It's a little bit cleaner. It has these 2 little adapters, so you unscrew these. That only gives you 2 screws, and you need 4. So you actually have to pull off this this little rear wing, and that provides you 4 more screws, so you can go ahead and attach the adapters. So the adapters will just go on like so, and you'll be all squared away. Once the adapters are on, you just follow the standard instructions that you would use for the Magnet, and you're good to go. Thank you very much.